as we know, the Pall Mall Gazette called the Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost the best car in the world, and I think many cars have gone since, but it's very, very hard to beat the majesty of a Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost. This car was originally ordered by a man who owned 25 of these Rolls-Royces, Lieutenant General His Highness the Maharaja of Bhupendra Singh of Patiala. In his care, it spent many years in northwest India. Its styling had been inspired, and style it really does have, by the French coach builder Henri Labourdette. However, the Maharaja actually chose the leading British coach builder of the time, Barker, to build this majestic and absolutely spectacular example. It was used for bird shooting in India and carried the Prince of Wales when he visited Patiala State in February 1922. It still, in fact, carries 4 12-bore shotguns that I failed to spot yesterday, didn't I, Richard? However, tragically, after a serious accident in 1932, in which one of the princesses of Patiala was killed, the Maharaja gave the car to his friend Rustam on condition that it never returned to the state during his lifetime. Another accident in 1935 left the car in a sorry state, but it was later brought to England in 1969. Not an easy feat for cars coming from India to spend the next 32 years with Silver Ghost connoisseur Jeremy Bacon in South Kensington. In 2001, it was acquired by current owner John Fazal, the Rolls-Royce historian, author and publisher, very respected in Rolls-Royce circles, and now presented back to its original splendour with those wonderful, almost jet-age disc wheels, the elevated front wings, and of course the original style, the polished aluminium bodywork. So coachwork, I should say correctly.
So a delightful car. So pleased that he was still here, could bring it around. Another car we'd like to show is this very important historic Bentley here for the Bentley centenary year. This is the #1 Birkin blower. A Bentley boy, Tim Birkin, persuaded Wolf Panarto, the chairman of Bentley, to let him build some supercharged Bentleys to race. 4 race cars were built. This is the very first of those race cars, so a very important motor car historically and for the Bentley mark. This is the #1 Birkin blower presented to you here. It's a car that was intended to be a track car, not a Le Mans car. The other 3 cars were the traditional Van den Pla bodywork, 4-seaters as required by Le Mans regulations. This was always going to be a Brooklands racer looking for speed records, and very well it did too. This car originally had a blue body with a 2-seat cockpit, but that caught fire, and so this single-seater red body that you see now was put on the car. And Tim Birkin in 1932 set the outer circuit speed record of 137.96 miles an hour, which was astonishing for its time. So that meant that going down the straights to achieve that speed, he was doing over 150 miles an hour, wearing nothing more than a white leather helmet and his trademark polka dot scarf. So ladies and gentlemen, delighted we could have a couple of cars come over the stage to show you some of the Concourse cars. This is the #1 Birkin blower, here to celebrate the centenary of Bentley Motors. Thank you, Dan, for bringing the car up.
I believe that's our job done for today, Richard. We're going to go and change. And,
it is. Luckily, a nice quiet day.
A nice quiet day at the office.
Nice quiet day. But as Peter said a few moments ago, ladies and gentlemen, some of you hopefully will return tomorrow to see us. We've got a busy day. We've got a lot of awards to present tomorrow, including the Decade Award.